I feel so alive, so cool, so fine, alright. You know it's good, I have a good, good feeling. And I feel so alive, so cool, so fine, alright. You know it's good, I have a good, good feeling.
If you're looking for a reliable paint company that will do the job right the first time, then it's time to call 360 Painting of Arvada. Our #1 goal is to make sure we make your vision into reality, and we guarantee 100% satisfaction. We offer a wide variety of colors and textures that meet the needs of each room for every client, all for an affordable rate. With years of experience, our employees are well trained in the correct and professional methods, so there will be no hassle or headaches. Whether you're looking to just paint a couple rooms or you're looking to remodel your home, no job is too big or small for 360 Painting of Arvada to handle. For more information on our services, call us today or visit us online and let us help you turn your vision into a vibrant reality.
Are you dreaming of new roller skates? With over 10 years experience and knowledge, Skate Rat's Skate Shop will set you up with the safety gear and roller skates that are right for you. Visit Skate Rats in Loveland, Colorado for the selection you've been looking for and great customer service. Log on to skaterats.com for free fast shipping. Use discount code 5on5 for 10% off.
right. Well, good afternoon, friends. Welcome to game number 4 here at the 2019 MRDA Championships.
Woohoo! This is so fun.
I am Loose Change.
I am Johnny Pepper.
And we have the wonderful Rippy Longstocking as our producer here.
Yay, Rippy!
All the beautiful information that's going to make us sound so smart. First and foremost, we have the Manchester New Wheeled Order playing the Greater Vancouver Murder. So we have some Canada versus UK derby happening.
The Murder's Murder. You're going to ring us a roster, aren't you?
I am, but I wanted to first and foremost say hello to all of our Manchester friends that are joining us.
Hi, Manchester friends.
If we've done our math right, it's about 10 p.m., so
well,
don't
we didn't
go
do
to
math.
bed.
They told us that it was 10 o'clock across the pond, and everybody's watching. So,
This is true.
hi, everybody.
Don't go to bed quite yet. I feel like this is going to be good. So, skating for Manchester today, we've got number 05, Fish, 06, Rufio, number 1, Don Gingiolani, number 10, Optimus Grime, 12 is Grigg, 15, Peter Parker, 1997, Cloud Strike, 2 is Shrooms, 43, Scotty Dog, 50, Rosie Peacock, 51, Richie Rampage, 57, Wolf, 672, Gedzuka, number 9 is Velociraptor, and number 95, McLeod, being coached by Holly, Fisher, Jag, and Scott.
And didn't we have something special about Scotty?
Scotty Dog wanted to make sure that everyone was aware and gave the special thanks and shout-outs to his wife, Louise.
Lovely wife.
Lovely wife. It
Happy
is her
birthday
this weekend. And he said, and I quote, "I really should be at home with my wife because it's her birthday, but I'm not."
What a sweet wife, letting him come over here to the States to play some roller derby.
Don't worry, we'll send him back to you when
The
we're done with it.
Vancouver Murder is going to be represented by 01, Big Sexy. Number 110, Mr. Testosterone. Number 14, Russian. Number 17, Zimmer. Number 1936, Harrison Ford, who's also the captain. Number 256, Morrison. Number 31, Bruisenberry Pie. Number 338, Fluster Cluck. Number 37, Stark. Number 390, Bruisehound. Number 4, Stand Aside. Number 41, Rogers. Number 56, Iron Fist. Number 7, Black Shadow. Number 8, Lodge. And number 88, Mortimer. They're coached by Just Cat and Mrs. Testosterone. We got about 7 seconds until we get to the genuine flat track roller derby action here in the 2019 MRDA Championships.
So if you can't see, because it was covered up by all of our lovely rosters, Optimus Grime, who was out there with the Star Form Manchester, was hugging and high-fiving every single teammate for the Vancouver Murder that are out there before that first whistle started. But speaking of Vancouver Murder, I believe that is Mr. Testosterone.
Mr.
out there.
Testosterone, fresh off of all the coaching clinics he's been giving all over the world.
Using all those coaching tips on himself, picks up lead and first set of 4 points, and we have Optimus already in the penalty box. I did not see what the penalty was for, but that is Jammer Optimus Grime for Manchester.
The as yet unnamed penalty box?
Correct.
If you got a whole bunch of money out there, you want to send it on down to the Men's Roller Derby Association, and we will name the box after whatever you pay for us to name it for.
Within reason. I'm going to put that asterisk on there.
Yeah, we need at least $500, so reach down deep if you have it.
Dig deep.
12 points for Mr. Testosterone in that first jam.
Yeah, 12 points. So that's 3-point scoring passes. Optimus Grime standing in that penalty box, so less than 10 seconds remain. But this is going to be a power start for Lodge, number 8 for Vancouver.
5 seconds called on the floor.
Pack hanging out up at the pivot line. And just as that whistle blows, Grime is released as well. And so we have both jammers in action.
Manchester in those new Wheeled Order rebranded shirts. Those look so cool.
I may or may not have purchased a tote bag with that logo on it because it is super fly. Both jammers got through. Neither put any points on the board, though, so it is a 0-0 jam.
Absolutely. It wasn't pointless. It was just scoreless.
Correct. Earlier today, I tried to say it wasn't scoreless, it was pointless. And I was like, wait, nope, that doesn't work.
Stark's going to wear the star for Vancouver, and that is number
That is
6.
0-6 Rufio.
Rufio quickly threw on the inside. Lead jammer status for Manchester.
Last couple lead jammer statuses have gone to Vancouver Murder, so this is what you want to see if you are a Manchester fan.
Rufio knocked out of bounds by Big Sexy, forced to recycle, tries to go on the inside on a apex jump. Doesn't land the landing and gets called for a track cut, and that's going to leave Stark out there for a power jam for the Murder.
So that is 2 jammer penalties so far, and we are 3 jams into this first half. Rosie Peacock going up against, that is Stark, joined by number 15 from Manchester, Peter Parker, and that was Don Gingivanni giving some great offense.
You said that well.
Thank you. I practiced. I also asked him, and he said, you can call me Don.
That's a cool thing when they do that. Rufio coming around on a scoring pass. Runs up against that wall of black in the back of the pack. Anchored by Big Sexy and number 41, Rogers. Another track cut on the Manchester Jammer is going to leave Stark out there for another power jam. Stark making quick work of getting through that pack, putting 4 more points up on the board for the Murder.
Manchester's pack split 1 in the back, 2 at the front as Stark makes his way through. No pack is called, and there is another 4-point pass for Stark.
Meanwhile, the pack gets static, and those 4 whistles brings that jam to a close. Jam number 3 in the books. Murder off to an early lead, 32-3, with 25 minutes left in this first frame.
You know, just about 5 minutes in, both with points on the board, and there we have our first official time out. Johnny?
Our timeout's brought to you by Skates Rats. If you're dreaming of new roller skates, Skate Rats is your skate shop. With over 10 years of expert experience and knowledge for building roller skates and fitting safety gear, Skate Rats will set you up with the gear that's just right for you. Visit Skate Rat's beautiful retail store in Loveland, Colorado for great service and the selection that you've been looking for. And if you can't visit it, log on to skaterats.com for fast and free shipping.
What is that website address?
That is skaterats.com.
SK8RATZ.com.
Yeah, you might have to spell it a couple of times before you figure it out.
So it's SK and the number 8 RATZ.com.
Absolutely.
So, you know, pretend like you're, 14 again.
Pretend like you're Johnny Pepper. That's exactly how I'd spell it.
So looks like we have, so I am making widely sweeping assumptions. It appears that there was a hangnail or something that was received in the penalty box. So that is why, because, when blood shows up, there is protocol in place that needs to be followed. So
we have to follow the biologic protocol to mitigate that crisis.
Exactly.
Look at me using all my big words.
When
we get back to the action on the track, it's Fluster Cluck. It's going to be the jammer record for the Murder, and Fish is going to wear the star for the New World Order from Manchester.
Fluster Cluck. I always have to ensure that I say his name slowly and enunciate it appropriately.
We have to enunciate.
Because if I don't,
the wrong world will come out.
Exactly.
And then you'll get a new announcer.
Exactly.
And we don't want that to happen.
I would like to stay with you,
Yes,
friends.
I
for
want
the
you to
weekend,
stay with me
so
all weekend.
you've got a deal, Johnny.
So if you are watching on the stream, thank you so much for watching Roller Derby on the
Yes.
streaming thing, and back to the action on the track.
With that whistle, like we talked about, Flustercluck out there stuck at the back of that pack, but that is Fish number 054 Manchester picking up lead. Flustercluck, out of being cleared the pack, but picked up a forearm. So here we have a little bit of a jammer penalty for the Vancouver Murder.
Manchester losing a blocker to the penalty box.
A little bit of hop, skip, and a jump off almost but not quite downed player. So with
That was Rogers out of the box with all that energy coming through there.
you know, after you've had a couple seconds to sort of breathe and take a moment, you come out of that penalty box and you're all excited to go. But that was 5 points picked up there by the New Wheeled Order. So they're sitting at 8 now to Vancouver Murders 32. And this is going to be a power start.
Yes, it will. In about 5 seconds, too. Optimus Grime, jammer a record for Manchester in this power start, power jam situation.
Vancouver Murder with their Flustercluck jammer being released from that penalty box.
And as I look over there, the as yet unnamed penalty box, I notice that it's empty. So we must have 80 wheels on the track right now. And that's the announcer curse because 2 people just got sent. One of them being Optimus Grime the Jammer.
Yes, so that is first, no.
The other's your good friend Don.
Don. So, as we're seeing right now at this point in time, a little bit of penalty trouble as far as the jammers go. So this is Optimus Grime, his second penalty for himself, but there were previous jammers as well. So this will be, with Optimus Grime still in that penalty box, this will be a power start for the Vancouver Murder. And going to that line, looks like we've got Mr. Testosterone.
Absolutely, Mr. Testosterone, fresh off his worldwide roller derby teaching tour. He even came down to Houston not too long ago.
Oh, that was so nice of him. So now tell me this. Did Mrs. Testosterone go with?
No, it wasn't. Mr. Testosterone came down, and I was lucky enough to drive him around a little bit.
Oh, very nice. That was so nice of you.
And he was very, very down-to-earth and just an engaging, nice person.
So Mr. Testosterone picking up lead, coming up, trying to put some points on the board for the Vancouver Murder. Meanwhile, Optimus Grime has been released from the penalty box, looking to put some points up. Doesn't look like it as Mr. Testosterone called it off before Optimus had the chance to put some points up. That was 4 points. So we had a 40 to 8. 40 points, 8 points.
If you're just tuning in, welcome to the 2019 MRDA Championship Tournament here at the Foothills Field House at the Daniel Schaefer Athletic Complex in beautiful Denver, Colorado.
I do have to just say this, Johnny. So I was coming in a little earlier than I would have liked. Just for timing purposes and everything this morning, but as we were driving in, there was just some straight up Purple Mountain majesty happening with like the mountains that are in the backdrop. And I mean, they're not really even in the backdrop, they're fairly close, but it was just beautiful. And then when you looked at the floor, at the ground, and there was a bunch of snow everywhere.
I got here on Tuesday, and they got their first snow of the year on Wednesday. And let me tell you, I'm just a country boy from Texas, and when it snows like it snowed, it almost shut everything down for me.
So with that, our timeout coming to a close. But my delightful and wonderful, our delightful and wonderful producer, Rippy, is telling me, for those of you out there in the Twitter sphere, if you would like to use the hashtag MRDAChamps, we will give you a shout out.
Yes, we will. Back to the action on the track. It's Lodge jamming for the murder. Rufio jamming for the New Wheeled Order.
Lodge able to find footing through that. Pack picks up lead. Rufio about a half a track behind as he has cleared that initial pass as well. It looks like Rosie Peacock heading to the penalty box. They will spend 30 seconds there, and that jam is called.
Like to say a good shout out to our friends at Strong Athletic, a Derby owned and run business started by Smarty Pants in 2014 as a way to amplify the voices of skaters in roller derby. Ever wonder who makes the Strong Athletic skater shirts? It's Strong Athletic. I would tell you to stop by the booth here, but if you're watching on the stream, just go to strongathletic.com.
They have everything for Strong Athletic announcers, Strong Athletic queers, Strong Athletic woman, everything.
Everything.
It's great.
They got announcer shirts, too.
I know I've got one.
Back to the action on the track. We got Stark jamming for the murder is the lead jammer, and Gig for the New Wheeled Order of Manchester.
I have to focus and not call them the New World Order because that's just my default. The New Wheeled Order. Like you said, number 12 out there, Gig, making his first time appearance with the Star. But
Stark with a nice little apex jump, puts 4 points up on the board for the murder.
That was beautiful. Rosie Peacock attempted to stop Stark, but just unsuccessful, unfortunately. Stark coming up against those blockers, the wall of New Wheeled Order blockers in the back, and just being stymied.
There is a lot of action out there on the track. A lot of derby kisses given out. Defenses superlative being played out there right now.
All right, so 4 points put on the board so far for Grigg, and looks like we've got a forearm penalty that was assessed to Stark. So Stark going to that penalty box.
Power jam for Manchester. Exactly what they need to do to chip away at that lead.
You know, all you need is 1 point to win. So every little bit here and there definitely helps and makes a difference. As you know, as we're seeing Gig work his way around so far with 8 points. Another 3 picked up for the Vancouver Murder. And another 3 picked up for Gig for Manchester New Wheeled Order. So that is a 11-11. It is a net of 0, but a gain all around.
11-11 is a good number anyhow. If you're
is.
into numbers, that's like the angel number, right?
I think so.
Cool.
I have friends that always said, it's 11-11, make a wish.
Optimus Grind the Jammer record for Manchester in a power start, but Stark out of the penalty box and back into the action on the track.
That power start lasted all of about 2 seconds.
Stark up against that wall of white that's in the back of the pack right now, trying to get through.
But Optimus Grime able to get through and picks up lead. Stark is still stuck behind those blockers. That is number one, Don Gingiovanni.
Iron Fist setting down in the penalty box for some kind of infraction that I didn't catch. Manchester losing 2 blockers to the penalty box.
Stark through, picking up first set of 4. Optimus Grime approaching for his second pass through. Stymied at the top of that pack a little bit.
That was 17 Zimmer. Playing that super defense, keeping Optimus Grime at bay over there in turn number 3.
Well, it looks like both of them are going to pick up 8 points. 8 points for Stark, 8 points for Grime. So as it stands right now, we have seen about 5 leads for Vancouver. 3 leads go to the New Wheeled Order. Or excuse 5, 6. 6, thank you, Rippy. 6 leads for Vancouver.
Vancouver's going to send Fluster Cluck up to the line to wear the star. Fish is going to wear the star for Manchester.
Fish is through, just cuts through that and picks up lead in mere moments.
Manchester using a little hit it and quit it. 4 points at a time, trying to get right back in it. You got a fun fact for us about that?
I do. So this is probably one of my favorite fun facts just because it is so random and fun. Fish is utterly and completely obsessed with cottage cheese.
I guess that's okay if you're into cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese. I mean, it's one of those that just makes
You're
me so
not on the
happy.
fence with cottage cheese. You're either in or out, right?
This is true.
Back to the action on the track. Mr. Testosterone, the jammer record for the murder. Rufio, the jammer record for Manchester. And the lead jammer at the present time.
Rufio.
All the way to lead.
And 4 points for Rufio.
Last 2 jams, 4 points each. Hit
Yep.
it and quit it. That's the only way to get right back in it. Holding the murder scoreless while you get 4 points.
That's what you want to do, slowly but surely. Again, you only need one more point than the other team, and you be considered the winners. Out there, we've got Gig number 12 for the New Wheeled Order, and number 8 Lodge for the Vancouver Murder. Pack hanging out at the top there. Oh my goodness. Lodge with a beautiful apex jump and picked up lead, but Gig is literally
We got a jammer race back to the
behind.
pack, folks.
Oh. Lodge goes, yeah, no, I'm going to call it.
I'm going to call it.
Yep.
Yep. 14 and a half minutes left in this first frame. 62-35. The murder are in charge at the minute.
Was that our first 0-0 jam?
No, we've had a couple more because
Okay.
I made that joke about, it not being pointless.
But I thought that was because they both scored 11 points, and then they both scored 8 points, and they were scoring the same
That
amount
was
of
the
points.
angel number.
Okay.
I'm talking about the pointless and scoreless.
All right.
Back to the record on the track. We got Stark wearing the star for the murder. Optimus Grime, the star holder for Manchester.
Stark is lead. Optimus Grime picking up a forearm, reporting to that penalty box. So this will give Stark a 30-second power jam. As it sits right now, and there we have
They're
Stark.
going to call it and freeze him in the box.
They are indeed. So as it stands right now, we have 6 penalties. 6 jammer penalties.
They're going to have to clean that up in the second half if they're going to want to come back.
I mean, Vancouver right now only has 2. Of those 6, Optimus Grime has 3 of them for the New Wheeled Order, which is very unusual. I've watched Optimus Grime play roller derby. This is very not normal.
Flustercut, the jammer record for Vancouver, jumps out front and is declared lead. Quickly on a scoring pass. Getting knocked out of bounds by Richie Rampage. Recycled and through for 4 points.
Optimus Grime back out on the track, coming up against a few of those murder blockers, Vancouver murder blockers.
Luster Cluck putting 4 more points up on the board. 8 points so far. Manchester's going to lose Optimus Grime to a forearm penalty.
So that is the 4th penalty for Optimus Grime as a jammer.
Jam number 14 in the books. 76-35. 12 minutes left in this first half. Mr. Testosterone is going to be the jammer record for the murder when we get back to the action.
So this is one of the things that I was very curious about when I was preparing to come here. We are currently sitting at a 5,000 plus feet altitude.
Yes, we are. Mile high.
Mile high and then some. Does that impact the skaters' abilities?
It makes it harder to breathe. Any athlete will tell you coming to this town that they have to get acclimated to this thin air. As a one-lunged person, I can tell you it's very, very difficult to breathe in this. I'm having to step up my breathing treatments so that I can breathe, so I can talk about roller derby for all you good people out there.
But so it's stuff like that that kind of makes me wonder, could that be playing a part in sort of some of the things that we're seeing?
We did see Denver roller derby on the upset this morning against the Anarchy.
I mean, I was lucky enough that I was at North American qualifiers, and, you know, seeing both of them play and do what they were doing, it was a topic of conversation of what the elevation would do, if anything, to who.
I want to give a quick shout out to our good friends over at Left Turn Clothing. They make athletic apparel for bodies and not genders. And for more information, visit lefttturnclothing.com.
Lefttturnclothing.com.
What was that thing we were singing this morning about lowered expectations?
Lowered expectations. That is the announcer's theme song.
Theme song for today. Speaking of hashtag, is anybody talking to us online?
You know, I haven't seen anything, but I will definitely do a quick check. I do want to
Because you promised shout-outs.
I know. I am... it's not on Twitter, but I'm going to say it anyways. Hi, Very Cherry. We miss you.
Yes, we do.
I'm going to take a picture
Cherry.
of Rat for you.
I already did that. I took care of that earlier.
Good.
She sent me 4 black hearts.
Mr. Testosterone out there. Only jammer of note. Beautiful hit to the outside there by Rosie Peacock. Mr. Testosterone was not anticipating that from them. So Mr. Testosterone having to recycle and work just a little bit harder.
Rosie being sent to the as yet unnamed penalty box as Optimus Grind gets released.
It was funny. So as Rosie was going to the box, Mr. Testosterone was coming around that same corner, and they just like sort of chatted with one another because they are friends off the track and everything. And there was just some, I believe, good-natured ribbing happening.
Yes,
because
there
both
is.
of them had very big smiles.
Big Sexy and Optimus Grind was getting into it over there in turns too. Optimus Grind getting knocked hard to the outside. Gets back up, but he collects a forearm penalty and goes back to the box.
And Mr. Testosterone able to clear that pack for another 4 points. Looks like that is 3-point scoring passes at this point.
Murder slowing down that defense and then picks it back up as Mr. Testosterone comes around for another scoring pass.
Oh, Mr.
Back block.
Yes, Mr. Testosterone being assessed that back block penalty. A little tag in and tag out as Mr. Testosterone's coming in. Optimus Grime. They do little side 5.
Now Optimus Grime gets called for the same thing. We're going to have a jammer do-si-do. But I think one of them is going to get froze out there.
Oh, it looks like we've got a shout-out. Somebody wants Johnny Pepper to say their name.
Mad Carrots. Lots of love for you, Mad Carrots. And for Houston Men's Roller Derby, I know all of y'all are watching out there. Thank y'all so much. Ranked 37 in the MRDA. And
Get it,
only
Houston.
being around just a short time.
All right,
Back
so
to the action on the track. We got Lodge out there for the murder. Is your lead jammer.
Optimus Grime starting in that penalty box standing, so less than 10 seconds remain. Oh my goodness. Lodge tried to do a little jump there. Looks like they got... There were a couple of people involved, it sort of looked like, and the whole kind of group of them went down. Optimus Grime, though, out of the box, cleared that initial pass. And now we've got Lodge stuck, a little stymied. And a few of the bodies hit the floor. Pack spread out all the way from in between the second straightaway to turn 4, as Lodge finally took almost a minute for Lodge to put 4 points on that board.
Wow. Yeah, it looks like all of Houston Men's Roller Derby is watching. Waya and Elsa are also watching. Thank y'all so much. And we want to give a quick shout out to 5 on 5 Media, who's bringing this stream to us. Thank y'all so much for what y'all do.
2 snaps for you, 5 on 5.
Absolutely.
And we have a star pass to Shrooms. Shrooms does have the star in hand.
It's hard for me not to talk about that. But I have to be on my good behavior this weekend.
You got
96 to 35, 7:47 left in this game. We got a jumbo jet.
I do love a good jumbo jet.
Velociraptor is going to be the jammer record for Manchester, going up against Stark from Vancouver.
First time we've seen Velociraptor.
This is the first time that we've seen
With the
Velociraptor.
star.
That's why I wanted to say that name so bad.
The second time?
Absolutely.
Third time? I don't think we've seen Velociraptor with a star before.
We're going to get corrected if we're wrong.
I'm
so.
sure we will. That's why we keep Rippy along.
That's exactly right. I called a house game with Rippy earlier. That was so much fun.
So Velociraptor taking a little tumble here, tumble there. But there we go. Stark picking up a lead. 30 seconds is how long it took.
Big
And-
Sexy Davis, number 95, number 9. Number 95 is McLeod.
So Velociraptor, the jammer for Manchester, is in the penalty box.
The penalty box is now full.
Stark, on the other hand, is just skating in circles.
There was a lot of people in that penalty box.
Yes.
And I wanted to talk about Big Sexy being in that penalty box, as he is an electrician, a lineman. Being a retired electrician myself, it's a brotherhood. We like to stick around with each other.
All right, so we've got...
Who's on the line there?
Well, we've got a little bit of micro pack up at the pivot line, but that is Flustercluck with the star for the Vancouver Murder.
Velociraptor, the jammer for Manchester, just exited the box and back into the action on the track.
Poisonberry Pie taking a spot in the box for Vancouver, as Rosie Peacock is released from the box.
Velociraptor makes his way out of the pack on the initial, but those 4 whistles is going to deny him a scoring opportunity. And Jam 18 is officially over. 102 to 39. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in this first half.
Oh my goodness.
Rufio's going to be the jammer record for Manchester, and that looks like Mr. Testosterone wearing the star for the murder.
It is indeed Rufio. I really feel like that's the only way we should be allowed. I should really write in extra O's on his jersey.
Oh, dancing on the outside is awarded lead jammer status before turn number 1.
Nice. It's because we were saying his name.
We were singing, oh, yes. Meanwhile, Mr. Testosterone working on that pack, trying to get through.
All right, as that pack rolls through turn 2, we've got number 17.
That is Zimmer, the pivot for Vancouver.
Oh, being joined by Mr. Testosterone and
Big Sexy.
So,
a reverse of the last jam where there was a lot of white shirts in the penalty box. Now there's a lot of black shirts in the penalty box. They're taking turns having the penalty box full.
You know, I mean, if they're giving out cookies in the penalty box,
you know what
I
they
really
say.
feel like we should be told, because I would like a cookie.
I would too.
But yeah, so, all right, friends. This has been, so this is
Velociraptor, the jammer of record for Manchester, sneaks through the middle like a hot knife through butter. You like what I did there?
So that is actually Fish.
Yes, it is.
And
I stand
Fish
corrected by my Uber producer.
and Fish is being assessed a penalty. So Mr. Testosterone is released. Fish comes in. I don't know if those jammer seats are heated or massaging. I'm not
They lean
exactly
back.
sure. Maybe
They
that's
do
what
lean
it
back.
is.
They're really, really comfortable.
Mr. Testosterone at the front of that pack, trying to get past those last few Manchester blockers.
Bazooka knocking Mr. Testosterone out to the outside, forced to recycle.
Fish are out of that penalty box, and there we've got 4 points for Mr. Testosterone on the board, as we have cleared that 2-minute 30 mark in this first half. Shrooms with a beautiful hit there to the outside, causing Mr. Testosterone to have to recycle. So good that Mr. Testosterone even gave him a high five for it.
Fish picking up 4 more points on that board.
And another 4. So that is 8 points so far for Fish in this jam. Beautiful
Wow.
control there on that outside line by Mr. Testosterone.
I want to think about that dynamic you have in your wife as the coach. What happens when you come back to the box and you don't do what you're supposed to do?
I don't want to think about that. That's something that they can talk about when they go home tonight.
They're going to talk about it when they watch this game later on and say, what were they talking about there?
All
Nothing
right.
but love for the testosterone couple.
I mean, the couple that derbies together stays together or something
Absolutely.
like that. So 10 points there for the New Wheeled Order, 12 for Vancouver Murder as the clock ticks down. Less than 1:15 remaining. Velociraptor out there, number 9.
See, I got the name right. I was just early.
You're psychic. You knew it was coming.
Mortimer, the jammer record for the Murder, trying to get through that up on the toe stops, trying to get through that wall of white that's in the back of the pack.
First time we're seeing Mortimer out there with the star on. And there we have it. Lead goes to Velociraptor and the New Wheeled Order.
That's Scotty T. Dog playing that awesome defense for Manchester out there.
Doing it
And
for his birthday, girl.
happy birthday to Scotty T's wife. Across the pond, watching on TV, I'm sure. Happy
I'm sure.
birthday.
Mortimer's being stuck behind that wall of Manchester blockers in those delightfully new jerseys that they have.
4 points awarded to Velociraptor on that last pass for the New Wheeled Order from Manchester. Chipping at that lead, 114-61, and that's going to almost bring us to halftime.
And there it does.
I'm psychic. All you good folks out there, go refill your beverages. Go visit the loo, as they say in Manchester, and We'll see y'all right back here in about 11 minutes and 42 seconds. I am Johnny Pepper.
Probably more like 11 minutes.
Okay.
So come back a little bit early. And I am Loose Change. And so we will see you soon.
Peace.
Are you dreaming of new roller skates? With over 10 years experience and knowledge, Skate Rat Skate Shop will set you up with the safety gear and roller skates that are right for you. Visit Skate Rats in Loveland, Colorado for the selection you've been looking for and great customer service. Log on to skaterats.com for free fast shipping. Use discount code 5on5 for 10% off.
If you're looking for a reliable paint company that will do the job right the first time, then it's time to call 360 Painting of Arvada. Our #1 goal is to make sure we make your vision into reality, and we guarantee 100% satisfaction. We offer a wide variety of colors and textures that meet the needs of each room for every client, all for an affordable rate. With years of experience, our employees are well trained in the correct and professional methods, so there will be no hassle or headaches. Whether you're looking to just paint a couple rooms or you're looking to remodel your home, no job is too big or small for 360 Painting of Arvada to handle. For more information on our services, call us today or visit us online and let us help you turn your vision into a vibrant reality.
To the days, holding hands and laughing the nights away. Will things ever be the same? I was your man and I wanted back that way. Chasing our dreams for what it would seem. A family, 2 kids, and a house by the sea. Those were the days I felt they would change. Now I'm standing here wishing back to that way. All we got is hard to find. Without you, girl, I'm paralyzed. I want you back here, you and I won't give up, I can't deny that you'll come back, I'm giving you time. Trying so hard to not say goodbye. She's gone and you've left your shadows behind. Else. Why can't we work this out? 'Cause you make me feel love is for real when I've got you by my side. And I can't forget the day that we met. I want you to realize all we've got is hard to find. Without you, girl, I'm paralyzed. I want you back here, you and I won't give up, I can't deny that you'll come back, I'm giving you time. Trying so hard to not say goodbye. She's gone and you've left your shadows behind. and laughing the nights away. Will things ever be the same? I was a man and I wanted back that way. Chasing our dreams for what it would seem. A family, 2 kids, in a house by the sea. Those were the days I trust they would change. Now I'm standing here wishing back to that way.
If I run away, know that you're better off. 'Cause I've made my mistakes, hoping I won't get caught. I'm wanting it on the run tonight. I'm guilty of all my sins. I'm haunted, won't make it out alive. I am a fugitive. I don't break all the rules they said, but just don't let them apply to me, babe. I don't break all the rules they said, but just don't let them apply to me, babe. I've made my mistakes, hoping I won't get caught. I'm wanting it on the run tonight. I'm guilty of all my sins. I'm haunted, won't make it out alive. I am a fugitive. Now, I don't break all the rules they said, but just don't let them apply to me, babe. I don't break all the rules they said, but just don't let them apply to me, babe.
Okay, friends. We are just under 1 minute away from the second half of this game number 4 of the MRDA Championships. Johnny.
It is the MRDA Championships of 2019.
So, Johnny, tell me, give me a quick little recap of some fun and exciting tidbits from the first half.
Well, Optimus Grime needs to play almost perfect in the second half because the next foul is going to be his last one of the game.
He's currently sitting at 6.
Yes. Everybody else is trying to mind their P's and Q's. We got a couple people with 4, a couple people with 3. Nobody's really standing out except Optimus Grime. He's going to have to play penalty-free in the second half if he wants to play a second half.
Indeed. So, I mean, obviously, jammer penalties specifically is sort of the name of the game at this point. The New World Order have 9.
Wow, that is a lot of jammer penalties.
Vancouver has 4.
Hopefully, Manchester can clean that up in the second half and make a game out of this.
Indeed.
Happy birthday to Louise.
Again.
Scotty Dog's lovely wife. Thank you, Louise, for having a birthday and letting your husband
Thanks for being
come
born,
across
Louise.
the pond to play roller derby with us. When we get back to the action on the track, which is right now, Lodge is the jammer record for the murder. Fish is jamming for Manchester.
And Fish on that outside line picks up a lead.
Fish is quick, like most fish are.
I mean, it's like he was in a pool of water. Just zip straight through.
Gone.
And a couple of points here. And, 4 full points. And calls it off holding.
I want to take this opportunity to talk about our great friends over at 5 on 5 Media. Today's broadcast is brought to you by 5 on 5 Media, and 5 on 5 Media is dedicated to roller derby. They offer practical advice to skaters to help with their businesses and their skills, as well as to keep them up to date with what is happening in the derby world. For more information, go to 5on5media.com.
All right.
Is that our bossing and lowered expectations over there on the house, Mike?
I mean,
Champ Unkind.
We just want to make sure everybody knows what to expect and that their expectations are lower.
Are lowered.
Stark out there with the star for Vancouver. Ruthie. With the star for New World Order.
Stark is lead, though.
Indeed. Stark.
And picking up 4 points already.
Yes.
Rufio picking up 4 points on that last pass. Quick shout out to all you good people that are out there watching on the stream, as well as Waya and Sergeant Psycho and Mad Carrots and the rest of the Houston Men's Roller Derby out there. Thank you so much for joining us. The number 37 ranked team in the MRDA. Back to the action here on the track. We got Stark jamming for the murder and Rufio jamming once again for Manchester.
Greg, actually, I think might be.
I see a lot of corrections coming down here, so don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm saying over here.
So we've got Flustercluck out there with the star for the Vancouver Murder. And number 12, that is Greg with the star in hand. I think our scoreboard has
frozen.
Done a little freeze.
Yes, that's what it is. Because I was reading off of that instead of watching what I'm supposed to be watching.
Always got to double check your work there, Johnny Pepper.
That's what my teacher tried to tell me at school, and I just got the answer, and it just came to me. But when you do check your work, then you learn how to do it. Mr. Testosterone is going to be the jammer record for the murder, and Velociraptor is going to be wearing that star for Manchester in this next jam coming up. Which should be what, Jam 4?
Yes, Jam number 4,
wow.
Indeed.
Thank you, Rippy. I'm glad it wasn't Jam 7, because I don't know if you'd have been able to put 7 fingers up for me. Mr. Testosterone out front and lead, and that jam's going to get called off.
I'm going to correct you. So Mr. Testosterone was out in front, but Velociraptor was lead.
Wow.
And so with Mr. Testosterone in front, as I feel like anyone would do, knowing that Mr. Testosterone's in front of you. Velociraptor decided, in my opinion, very smartly to be like, and we're going to call the jam off now. Thank you very much. Let's try again.
Lodge is going to be the jammer record for the murder, and that is Fish wearing the star from Manchester.
Fish trying to get a nice little assist there by Shrooms. Both of these jammers coming up against those walls. But Fish hit to that outside by Harassing Ford.
Doing some really cool jammer takeout there.
Oh, looks like
Fish doing a jammer takeout on the murder jammer.
Yes, I
drawing a back block and that's a good play. Draw a back block and get the other jammer to the box so you can have a power jam situation for yourself.
Indeed. So Fish right now lead has the ability to put some points on the board with the Lodge in that penalty box.
We do have a working scoreboard right behind us.
Oh, well, that's great. We'll just need to refer to that then.
Yes.
So, Vancouver Murder at 123, New Wheeled Order at 77, 25 minutes, 18 seconds remaining.
Fish the jammer record going through, putting up 4 more points.
I want to say a big shout out and thank you for watching to Hamtrack over there in the Portland area.
Hamtrack. We see him at Big O, don't we?
We do. We see Hamtrack at Big O. We see Hamtrack at RollerCon. We see Hamtrack all over the place. It's always a good day when you get to see Hamtrack.
Howdy, Hamtrack. When we get... Oh, look. Stark's going to be wearing the star for the murder, and Rufio's going to be jamming for Manchester.
Inevitably,
yes.
I mean,
it had to
a
come
clock
back
is
around.
always correct twice a day. So we are correct again.
Lead jammer.
And yes, so we've got Rufio. You know, every time you say Rufio, he picks up lead. I think you're going to need to keep doing that for him.
Well, that's we got something on the track. What is that out there?
I think that is just a knee. The little kneecap thing.
Let me give a quick shout out to our friends over at 187 Killer Pads. Wow, there's a pad on the track.
So we have Stark in the penalty box. So this is a power jam for Rufio. 30 seconds unopposed. Put some points on the board. 4 points so far. Murder at 123. New Wheeled Order 86. As Rosie Peacock going to join that penalty box. There's only 2 folks in there at this point.
Oh, I see what Rufio was doing. Rufio was trying to knock that piece of pad out with a skate.
Rufio always being very helpful. Clearing that track of
housekeeping
potential...
is a must.
Yes. And Rufio calling it off. Looks like that is 12 points. 3-point scoring pass. And so with that, we are down to a 29-point game.
Oh, wow.
New Wheeled Order at 94 to Vancouver Murders 123. Oh, a big shout out to Beautiful Banshee.
Beautiful Banshees out
she
there.
Goes, I love at Fine Loose Change and Johnny Pepper on a call with Nepser Good Producing. You're making today the happiest of Fridays.
It is Friday.
It is Friday.
And I almost forgot about that. That just makes me happy all over again.
How could you forget that today was Friday, Johnny
Hey,
Pepper?
I want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at 888, the certified sweat saver from 888 New York City. Fully certified with a better fit. Try it for yourself. The certified sweat saver helmet has different shell sizes and a plush stick liner that gives you 16 custom sizing options. Find your fit with 888.
Well, friends, if you want to give me a shout out on the Twitters,
yes,
if
everybody
like
give Loose Change a shout out right now on the Twitter. The Twitter. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to tweet either. I'm on Twitter.
I know you do.
And I do tweet every once in a while, but I don't really know. It's my kids that are sending it.
I am at.
Speaking of which, my kid taped this track last night. Thank you, Renee and Jason.
I did hear that you had some volunteers coming in, so good job.
Absolutely. I raised some good kids.
Of course
Hi,
you
John
did.
John at home.
So we've got a power start. That is number 12, Greg, out there for the New World Order.
And that's exactly what Manchester needed.
So Greg picking up lead in just a matter of seconds. And, you know, we've got Stark in the box standing. So less than 10 seconds remaining on that penalty.
4 points on that pass for Greg and Manchester.
You know, like I was saying, I thought it was a 29-point difference. Slowly but surely, New World Order, you know, being able to put their ducks in a row and cut down on that point differential while being super successful in holding the Vancouver Murder team to few points and few and far between.
Nice little apex jump. Not quite landed perfectly, but no fault of his own. So no pass, no penalty on that jump right there.
Yep, so that was 2 more points for White, yes. The New World Order. So, New World Order currently sitting at 100 points to Vancouver Murders 123. So, friends, we got a 23-point game with 21 and a half minutes remaining.
Velociraptor's going to be the jammer record for Manchester. That is Mr. Testosterone wearing the star for the murder. Mr. Testosterone is out front, sneaking through on the inside for lead jammer status for the murder. Meanwhile, Velociraptor working hard to get through that pack.
Nice little pop to the inside, pop to the outside, reshuffle, and go again, causing Mr. Testosterone to put 4 on the board. You know, New World Order doing a really good job of making Mr. Testosterone work for those points.
And I'd be remiss if I just hadn't talk about how awesome that ginger beard is on Mr. Testosterone.
I mean, it is one of his many defining features.
Many good qualities.
It's also very helpful because I know who he is. But as we talk about the power of the beautiful ginger beard, Mr. Testosterone picks up a forearm penalty, reporting to that penalty box. So here we have...
Set beside his good buddy, Mr. Sexy.
Mm-hmm. You know, bros and beards.
Big Sexy is now standing up and fixing to be released back onto the action in the track. On the track. Not in the... Yeah, in the track. Inside the lines, on the track.
Sure, it works.
Cool.
Meanwhile, Velociraptor threw on 2-point scoring passes, so both jammers with 8 on the board thus far. And okay, yep. So Mr. Testosterone able to get through for another. Big Sexy reporting back to that penalty box yet again. And Velociraptor with another 4. So here we go. It looks like I'm going to wait for these point scores to update.
That was a rain of whistles coming down there. That reminds me to talk to you about Sisu, the best mouth guards in the whole wide world. Sisu mouth guards allow you to talk, breathe, and drink. With 14 colors and 5 styles to choose from, choose Sisu. For more information, go to sisu.com.
So, both teams picked up 12 points. So, New World Order at 112, Vancouver Murder at 135. 18 minutes, 51 seconds remain. I don't necessarily know if the clock and everything is being updated, but I'm going to try to do my best to give you all of the information that you need out there on the streaming world.
Fish is lead jammer and scoring points.
Excellent. That is what you want to see if you are
a Manchester fan watching from across the pond.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they're all sitting in a pub eating some fish and chips and going crazy watching their team almost catching up.
You know, as Marie Swall says, anybody's game. I agree. You know,
absolutely.
When we are currently,
plenty of time left. 18 minutes left in this game. That's 9 jams.
We are currently sitting at a 15-point difference with these 8 points that Fish is picking up in this jam. Are there going to be any more added? I don't think so. So New Wheeled Order at 120, Vancouver Murder at 135.
15 points separating these two teams. Everybody stay hydrated out there.
So this is an exciting game.
Here's your chance. Who's up on the line?
That is Zero Fish? No.
Rufio.
Oh! Rufio starting in a power jam, but did not pick up lead. I believe there was a no pass, no penalty?
Yes.
I don't quote me on that. I didn't fully see it, but I'm making grandiose assumptions given the fact that he's still out there picking up points, even though he's not.
It's not that grandiose. It's a pretty good scientific guess.
I mean,
it's a swag.
Meanwhile, we've got Morrison, number 256, out there with the star released from that penalty box and picks up lead and calls it off right away, but not before.
8 points awarded to Manchester.
Uh-huh. So with those 8 points, we are currently looking at a 7-point game as we tick down just past the 16.5-minute mark. Vancouver Murder 135, New Wheeled Order 128. This is only the 4th game of the weekend.
This one's fixing to get exciting.
Oh,
Kids
man.
wearing the star for Manchester. That is Lodge wearing the star for the Vancouver Murder.
So, I mean, we've been seeing New Wheeled Order coming up with some really good and deep jammer rotation, given the fact that Optimus Grime has sort of been taken out of that, and Greg is doing an amazing job at filling that. And point in case, Greg picking up lead.
Harassing forward, off to the box for the Murder. They're down at blocker. Shrooms with a jammer takeout. 1997. That is Cloud Strike.
Yep, Cloud Strike going to the penalty box. We had some great... Stark was out there doing some great blocking, but ended up with a star pass. So Stark is the jammer of note for the Vancouver Murder. Meanwhile... All right, friends, I'm going to say this now. We have a lead change, but it's still mid-jam, so it could go any which way.
There's 4 whistles and makes the lead change official, so if you're playing along at home, hydrate.
So, being the announcer that I am, as soon as I said lead change, the Vancouver Murder picked up 4 points themselves. So, New Wheeled Order 136, Vancouver Murder 139.
We had 2 lead changes in that jam then.
This is true.
Man, that's what we count on. That's 2 sips if you're playing along at home.
3 points, 14 minutes, 26 seconds.
Velociraptor, the jammer record for Manchester. It is Mr. Testosterone wearing that star for the Murder. Mr. Testosterone out front and lead. Velociraptor getting hanged up and knocked out by number 41. That is Rogers. Trying to give all the blockers some love as much as I can out there.
I mean, blockers are definitely deserving of the love.
We love all the blockers. You know, the jammers may get all the glory and stuff, but it's the blockers that keep the jammers at bay.
So number 9, Velociraptor, heading to that penalty box for New Wheeled Order. So this is going to give Mr. Testosterone a power jam. So one of the things I want to touch on real quick is so far within this second half, the New Wheeled Order has had more leads than Vancouver. If 5, 6, 7 leads to the New Wheeled Order, only 5 leads to the Vancouver Murder.
Rogers and Iron Fist playing that awesome defense for the Murder on that last jam. 8 points awarded. Murder 147. The New Wheeled Order 136 with a little less than 13 minutes left in this game.
Again, if you want to let us know if there's something that you're looking for, information you need, hashtag MRDA Champs for our Twitter folks, and we will try to get you information. But information that you will want to know, Flustercluck number 338 picks up lead for the Vancouver Murder.
Already on a scoring pass. Getting knocked out by Mr. Don. Loose Change's new friend.
You know.
Make sure you show some love out there in Twitterland for Loose Change on this call.
Johnny Pepper, you're going to make me blush.
That's pretty easy to do there.
So, Velociraptor being assessed a penalty at the very last moment.
I sure wish we could get DoorDash to sponsor Roller Derby, because I sure would like to that something here. Stark's going to be the jammer record for the Murder in this next jam in what is going to be a power start situation. But we have a timeout, and this timeout is brought to you by Strong Athletic. Derby-owned and run business. Started by Smarty Pants in 2014. One of my favorite Texas roller girls. And it's a new way to amplify the voices of skater and roller derby. Ever wonder what makes the Strong Athletic skater shirts? It's Strong Athletic. Stop by their booth and say hi. Or go to strongathletic.com. Order a couple of shirts today.
Indeed. So, shout out to Filthy and Smurf from the West Coast Bombers watching from New Zealand.
All right, New Zealand. We got some Kiwis out there watching.
I don't know what time it is in New Zealand.
Me neither. But if you want to tell us what time it is, we'll tell everybody else what time it is. I bet you there's some people that can figure that out. Back to the action on the track. We got Stark going for the Murder and Velociraptor wearing that star for Manchester.
So Velociraptor still in that penalty box, so this is a power start for Stark. And it took Stark almost 18 seconds to pick up lead as the teams are positioning themselves and preparing for...
I think it might be a good time for Manchester to call a timeout and calm everybody down.
You know, I'm not sure what their coaching strategy is, but I always think that a good timely used timeout is something good to use. Both teams have at least one timeout still available.
Forearm called on Stark, which is going to leave Velociraptor out there on a power jam situation for Manchester, which is exactly what they need right now.
It is. We've got Vancouver Murder 155, New World Order 136. That's 19 points, if my math is correct. At one point in time, these teams were 3 points apart, so not unheard of or potentially unexpected.
Have we talked about what the rankings for these two teams were?
You know, I don't remember. So, Vancouver Murder coming in at number 3, New World Order number 6.
And that would be a pretty good upset for a number 6 to beat a number 3.
I mean, it could potentially bust a lot of brackets, but I am always about the bracket busting myself.
Bracket busting?
Yes.
That sounds almost like a rodeo sport.
Stark is through and 4 more points. That is his second.
Have you tried some of this honey yet?
So Stark ends up with 3 point scoring passes, so that is 12
wow,
points.
12 whole points in that jam.
Mm-hmm. So New World Order 136, Vancouver Murder 163.
Have we talked about what a good job our officials are doing today?
You know, Johnny, who are our officials?
Snarkamedes, Andy Oakley, Cheshire Stat, Push-Up Zebra, Geo Knitter, Chiropractor, Wisp Herder, Fatal, Exception, and I'll get the rest in just a minute. Back to the action on the track.
Ooh, picking up lead. That is Rufio from the New World Order.
Man, we got pads falling all over the place.
You know, out there we've got number 8, Lodge, for the Vancouver Murder. So 4 points, for Worlds. 4 points already put up there for the New Wheeled Order.
That's really good, honey.
As
Thank you, Bees.
Thank you, Bees.
Yes.
Lodge picking up 4 points of his own. And there is another 4 in the sky for Rufio.
They must have been happy bees that made that, honey. Out of play call on Bruisenberry Pie.
All right, so we little bit of kerfluffling as the packs are strung out, and as they come back together into the apex of turn 1 area. So we've got Rufio with 16 points so far.
Oh my!
Morrison, nope, that is number 8, Lodge. Lodge is out there with the star at 12
Yeah,
points.
we have to pay attention on the track instead of reading what's up there on the board. But that's okay, because we have lowered expectations this weekend.
24 points so far for Rufio. This is going to be the highest point scoring jam, not only of this half, but of this game.
That's pretty cool. That's exactly what Manchester needed to get back in it. Back to our officials that are doing such a great job. All in Your Grill, Ogar, Pete in the Pool, Rockstar, Shugs Bunny, Darth Bling, Dilla Gaff, and Nacho.
Excellent.
Those are our most excellent officials and non-skating officials that are working super hard out there. And we thank you for what you do.
So, 26 points scored for the New Wheeled Order. Murder picking up 16 of them for themselves. So that is a net of 10. New Wheeled Order 162 to Vancouver Murders 179.
17 points separating those two. I did that math really, really quick.
Good job, Johnny. Thank you. I appreciate that
I
greatly.
had really good teachers growing up.
Love it. Good teachers are
It's
great.
just going to be the Jammer record for Manchester, and Fluster Cluck is the Jammer record for the Murder.
You got 6 minutes and 45 seconds, Johnny. You got this.
Yes.
We can finish strong, buddy.
Yes, we will.
All right. So with that whistle, away we go.
Bazooka playing that defense, keeping Fluster Cluck at bay.
Nice hit to the outside there, recycling Fish to that general pivot line area.
Also with a little help from Richie Rampage.
Ooh, nice little
And
pop.
Shrooms.
Nice little pop to the inside there, causing Fluster Cluck to recycle as well. Oh, one last blocker to beat, and Fish is clear with lead jammer. Not too far back is Fluster Cluck with one New Wheeled Order skater in that penalty box. Fish through for 4.
4 more.
So looks like we've got 4 points for each at this. Ooh.
Wow, what a big hit by Big Sexy. But 2 more points are awarded. That's 6 points net for Manchester in that jam.
2 points net for Manchester.
Oh, yeah, because
yes.
they added some more on the other
Because
side.
Vancouver Murder did pick up 4 points of themselves. So Vancouver Murder currently sitting at 183 to New Wheeled Order's 168. 5 minutes, 23 seconds remain as we're going into jam number 18,
It's starting to get
17.
exciting. Velociraptor's jammer record for Manchester going up against Stark, who is awarded lead jammer coming out of turn 2.
It took less than 5 seconds for Stark to pick up that lead jammer status.
Stark coming around on a scoring pass, taking a big hit from Mr. Don.
Both jammers now out of that pack. Matching pace quite well between...
Jingovani? Is that how you say that?
It's Don.
Mr. Don.
Indeed. So as the whole entire pack is over on turn 2 and now stringing back to turn 1, Velociraptor.
We got to say happy birthday to Luis one more time, watching over there in Manchester.
The good thing is that we still have 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining on the clock.
And a big thank you to Very Cherry for sending her husband out here to help us out on our official crew.
Indeed. Oh, okay. So
It's
here
like
we go.
a dare.
Yep.
Like, I dare you to come in here and cut the track.
So here
I'm just going to skate backwards.
So-
Velociraptor says, I'm not playing this game. I got patience of Job.
So Stark hits, Velociraptor out and attempts to recycle the whole entire way of the track. Gets almost there, but not quite. So with that, we are back in it. Both jammers being currently engaged within the legal blocking zones. But there we go. Velociraptor able to pick up 4 points.
But Vancouver picked up 4 additional points,
So
which
that
was
is
8 total.
correct. So that is a net gain of how many points, Johnny?
4.
Good job.
I can add that number.
I'm not sure if you were able to just see what happened. So we have Mr. Testosterone of the Wonderful Beard on the jam line with Grig of the Wonderful Beard on the jam line. And they hugged one another and then nuzzled
Their beards got tangled.
They nuzzled beards intently. And
Mr. Testosterone with the back blocks going off to the penalty box.
a little beard love
Yeah,
must have given him a
there
little...
is some awesome beards.
There's always some good beards.
Brad Example's got an awesome beard on our team this weekend.
Indeed.
And he has a son that has a birthday. Happy birthday, Brad Example's son, who turned 22 today.
So Greg through, picking up lead. As that pack just kind of comes to a standstill over by turn 1 into turn 2.
Speaking of birthdays, Thornflakes from the Southern Discomfort Roller Derby having a birthday today.
Everybody's born today.
It's my unbirthday.
It's always your unbirthday. It's always everybody's unbirthday.
Pooh and Ticker didn't make its way out of the backpack at halftime. They're all sad.
They did not. Grigg so far, second point scoring pass. That is 8 points.
Mr. Testosterone taking a turn in turns 3.5. Doing a little roll and jump up and skate away.
Yep. But that was 4 points on that first point scoring for Mr. Testosterone. And it looks like he was, yes, Mr. Testosterone able to put another 4 in the board. But that is 2 more squeaked by. So that is a net gain of 2 for the New Wheeled Order. New Wheeled Order sitting at 182. Vancouver Murders 199 with 1 minute 20 seconds remaining.
In what could be the last jam of this game, who do we have on the line, Loose Change?
Rufio going up against Lodge. And with that whistle, away we go. Ooh, Rufio on that inside, able to squeak by, picks up lead.
Lead jammer status.
So I think Rufio was the jammer that scored the 26 points. So this is 17-point difference.
17 points. That's all Manchester needs to go.
However, as per the announcer curse, as soon as we say anything, the opposite happens, and Rufio has reported to the penalty box. So we've got Lodge out there as the only jammer currently as a power jam. So this will be that 30 seconds that Lodge will be able to skate unopposed. As Rufio released from that penalty box. Let's see, that is number 1, Don, as well as trying to figure out who that other Manchester skater.
95?
Maybe it was 95, but they were just...
That's McLeod.
Oh, I think it was Cloudstrike, 1997. They were just giving Lodge the heave-ho and not giving Lodge the opportunity to get through.
We got a star pass out there.
Star pass 2. Let's see, that is...
Morrison?
Yes, 256. Morrison is jammer of note for the Vancouver Murder. So the period clock has ended. 15 seconds remain on the jam clock. No lead jammer, so run the full 2 minutes. 10 seconds remaining. 12 points scored by the New Wheeled Order.
New Wheeled Order
for the Vancouver Murder.
NWO.
There we have it, friends.
Murder is victorious. 210 to 196. That is unofficial. We're waiting for that one rolling whistle.
Right. So it is still unofficial, but with that, New Wheeled Order at that 196, Vancouver Murder at 210. This, if this is what a 3-6 team game look like,
I got to give it to Manchester because they were down big. And they chip it that way and almost came back.
At one particular jam, they did have enough points where they swung it, and then unfortunately, Vancouver swung it back the same direction, and they were within 3 points. And I mean, this was a 14-point game. Oh my goodness! I mean, this was realistically a game of halves. It was the first half. With a lot of jammer penalties. And then there was the second half where I don't know what was said to the New Wheeled Order. That
was a great halftime speech. They need to bottle it and sell it.
It was such a great halftime speech. Whatever they did, it was wonderful. So,
the Vancouver Murder taking their victory lap. Thank y'all